You remember the beautiful days of the American Revolution? You remember the beautiful days of 2024?
Nobody remembers that.
Beautiful times of 2024. Elon Musk gave Donald Trump nearly $300 million.
Pause. Did you call it the American Revolution, though?
I mean, this is the American Revolution.
2.0. At least had 2.0 on there. Okay, continue. Continue.
Elon Musk gave your boy Donald Trump nearly $300 million.
Yes.
For his re-election, right? In addition to that, he was in all these different states, and if you sign up, you get $1 million and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Beyond that, Elon have a lot of dudes who follow him. Like religiously follow him.
Like white supremacist kind of dudes.
No, not like that. Okay? I'm talking like years ago, I had an employee who had worked at Tipsy Bartender.
That's why they're not your...
If Elon told this dude to, hey, go out there and lick a homeless dude's nuts, this dude's have been down on his knees underneath the fucking freeway. That's the kind of power Elon had over
That's
the
a lot of
right?
power.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
A homeless guy's nuts. You know how many diseases are probably on those things?
You know how many dudes worship Elon?
Ew.
You know how many dudes worship Elon? Dudes worship Trump too, but a lot of dudes worship Elon, right?
I feel like Elon's more popular amongst the two nerds.
So,
you know?
So he brought all those dudes in for Trump. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like Trump had a lot of freaking male support this time. That
he's gay. That's just my opinion, but whatever.
I'm just saying, Trump had a lot of male support that could be attributed directly to Elon, and Elon introducing him to doing things a different way.
I get what you're saying now. Jeffrey Epstein's in it and doing things a different way.
No, we ain't on the Jeffrey Epstein part yet. But my point is, you know, like Elon played a big role in that because he took over all the door knocking and all that sort of stuff. He brought his software, his team in to handle that. That's why a lot of Democrats still feel that there was some cheating going on in this election. But the same thing is.
It wasn't direct cheating, but it was influential cheating. Can we call it that?
But in 2020, you know, Republicans would have been like, Democrats cheating, Joe Biden won. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So unless you got clear proof, shut the fuck up, okay?
He's not wrong.
You know, because all y'all all sensitive about cheating, you have to have proof. If you don't got no proof, shut up, okay? Enough of that, all right? Anywho, okay? So let's just look back at all that.
Yeah, we have all that history.
So there was talk that Elon personally brought Trump Pennsylvania, okay, which is a swing state.
It's so crazy that we can talk about states like that. Like a little bit of influence goes a long way in states like that. Yeah. It makes sense.
Look, the American election system all fucked up.
It's all fucked up.
Because only a couple states determine who wins the election.
In reality.
Because California is going to go blue, you know what I mean? You know, this state's going to go blue, this state's going to go red, this state's going to go blue. It's only a handful of the purples that really decide. So most of us could stay home if we wanted to. Anyway.
So we fast forward. So they got.
What's up, Khalito? What's up? Okay. So let's just look at some of this, right? So this is just. I was gonna show you all the articles, right? But
influential cheating. It's a new term added to your dictionary.
Okay. So influential cheating. Okay. So this just I mean, since he's Twitter. So what you have here is you have Trump breaking down this bill, okay? Okay, hold on.
He looks old as fuck.
Is the age catching up now?
Yeah, it's catching up a lot. I think he's not as orange.
Hold on, let me go back for a second and just remind you all. Trump has a bill that they call in the Big Beautiful Bill, BBB. Biden also had a BBB, but it was Build Back Better.
This is so stupid.
Because they got to give it a catchy name to fucking help sell it. BBB. So they call it the Big Beautiful Bill. However, in the Big Beautiful Bill, right, is a bunch of tax cuts.
Okay.
And whenever there's tax cuts, it increases the deficit. Now, the deficit is not Trump's fault solely. Democrats and Republicans have been pumping up the deficit forever. Because in the United States of America, we do not have a situation where the budget needs to be balanced. And that's something we have to change. Because we spend way more than we fucking take in, which is why we live the luxurious lives we live. Even if you live in a box underneath the freeway, just remember,
with the homeless man,
your box is nice as fuck compared to the boxes in other fucking countries underneath their freeways. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
It's true.
That was real. That was real. That might be the realest thing you've said in a while.
It's true. So it doesn't seem like a rich thing. Like all of us benefit from these deficits.
Preacher Sky out
However, okay, we at the point now where it's getting so far out of hand that many people are warning that the whole U.S. economy could crash. All the debt that we have is owned by foreign countries who could be trying to pay off. You know what I mean? Like, it could be fucking bad. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's bear that in mind. So they come up with this bill that Elon now does not like. Also included in this big, beautiful bill is the fact that they got rid of all the EV mandates and all that sort of stuff. Because if you bought an electric car, Biden knows we're giving you like a little bonus or some shit like that.
Yeah, I
don't know that Elon necessarily had a problem with that though, because they've been talking about so it can't be that. That's not the reason he's upset. I don't know, but all these dudes' panties pretty tight, so it's hard to say what's really freaking chafing them. All right, but let's.
No, they're just.
They're bitches.
They're grown. Yeah, they're little bitches with power. That's kind of what it comes down to.
Okay, so let's just listen to Trump.
But if they picked him, I would have won penny. I won it by a lot. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate, because that's billions and billions of dollars, and it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types. Electric, we want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline, combustion. We want to have different. We want to have hybrids. We want to have all. We want to be able to sell everything. And when that was cut, and Congress wanted to cut it, it became a little bit different, and I can understand that. But he knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody, and he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about him.
Oh shit!
Look, anyway, why are you touching shit?
I didn't mean to touch that, but anyway, he was way over here.
Personally, but I'm sure that'll be next.
No, go back to
I'm very disappointed in him on tape. He said the most beautiful things about me, and he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Okay. Now, look at Elon's response to this right up top. False. Bill was never shown to me even once and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it.
Oh, I kind of like that they're fighting.
And
I'm here for this.
To Elon's point, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she voted for the bill, right?
Yeah.
But there's a part of it that she's complaining about because she didn't read it. Okay, in their defense, you gotta understand, when they pass these bills, right, there's be thousands of pages, right?
Okay, you're in charge of a fucking country.
Yeah, but
read 1,000 pages.
But you can't read through it.
Yes, you can.
It would be impossible.
Yes, you can. I've read 1,000 pages before. Come on, you can't.
It would be impossible.
Your job is to make sure it's good for the country and everyone in it. Fucking read 1,000 pages. What the fuck do you get paid for?
These bills are legalese. Therefore, wherein thou for. You ever see like a contract from a fucking lawyer? So imagine 1,000 pages of that shit.
That's why you make the big bucks, though. Read the fucking contract.
Dude, half these motherfuckers don't get.
No, they definitely don't. But that's part of the problem.
So she has a problem with some of the shit in there, right? Mm-hmm. Also, no state gets to regulate AI at all. You understand that?
Yeah.
So like California put some like safety shit in place because it's Cali. They can put some shit in there.
Yeah, well,
make it hard.
We're afraid of.
So no state could do that shit now. That have to come from the federal government. So there's a lot of little shit in there to piss people off, right? But the main thing is they're gonna be knocking a bunch of people off Medicaid because they gotta cancel Medicaid for some people. So anyway. So that's the basis of the fight. That's the basis of why.
Honestly, the minimum they could do is put the friggin' pages through ChatGPT. Minimum. What seems like it would cause a problem? AI could probably answer that way better than the president, Elon, or anyone else.
Okay, but look at this. Okay, and so Elon's back. Without me, Trump would have lost the elections. Dems would control the House, and Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. You know. Elon Musk said Trump would have lost the election without him. Yeah.
They are the most dramatic men I have ever read about. Like, they are real life housewives, but they're housewives of the
He's a fucking weird looking
housewives
dude,
of
though.
Power. Something like
he's such a freaky looking guy, though.
They both are. That's outside of your political views. You just have to admit the facts are the facts, that they are just some weird looking dudes.
Elon has Trump derangements.
Now, I'll give it Trump, at least when he was younger, I see why he could be a successful businessman, but he looks crazy now. Mm-hmm. And that's on period.
So this is your girl Laura Loomer, you know.
Oh, it's heating up. Okay, I love
Laura Loomer is, right? She's saying it's heating up.
Yes, the one that Trump might
be smashing. Interested to see what Republican lawmakers do. I know lawmakers who are asking if they should side with President Trump or Elon Musk. I've been on Hill all day, and this is all anyone's talking about: the most powerful man in the world versus the richest man in the world.
Yeah, that is a great way to put it.
Look, without me, Trump would have lost the elections. Dem would control the House. But look what Elon typed.
Such ingratitude.
Such ingratitude. God
Dude,
damn.
he's South African. He's a white South African. He thinks if he does something for you, you should kiss his feet in the ground he walks on, 1,000%. Also, when it comes to Trump, as a journalist, I had a professor who interviewed him multiple times. He always would lie about the ratings, even though she had the papers right in her hands. He'd look at her and say, well, you know, our ratings are up this year. And she'd be like, no, they're not. He'd be like, you know that's not real. And she'd be like, nope, they're right here. And he would continuously be like, nope, our ratings are way up, let me tell you. So if he did that with just his business and reality shows, I can totally believe he was like, I'm just going to say Elon knew about this.
Shit. Okay, but this is another crazy part of this. He wants to cancel all of Elon's government contracts. See, Trump been doing this shit, right? But he's been doing it to companies who can't fight back.
Yeah, but Elon
This motherfucker has Twitter, you know, where he have a voice that you can't take away. And
I would argue that Elon and Trump being friends has saved us actually from someone else swooping in to start a war. This might go really, really bad. What if Elon decides to team up out of revenge with like Russia or something? We're fucking cooked.
Okay, let me just tell you something about Elon as well, which is why Steve Bannon doesn't like him. Elon is the only person in the world, non-Chinese, who's been able to go there and have them like give him the property and the land to build his factory and give him all kinds of incentives when he first went to China to do Tesla. They do not fucking do that. So they've given him way more than they've ever given to like Apple or any of the other companies. Like, you know, so he has a very, very special relationship with President Xi of China. That is unlike any other fucking CEO. So people do question exactly what government this dude belong to. And he's the one person in the world who could pick up the phone and he could call any world leader and they answer on the first ring. You know?
He has fucking power. There's no denying that, whether you like either of these men or not. They have power that could really fuck up your future. Or the future of a company or a country.
This would both end our International Space Station and simultaneously no way to safely deorbit it. Yeah, this just gets better. Go ahead, make my day. Damn, he fucking threatened Trump. In light of the president's statement about the cancellation of my government contract, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon fleet immediately. Fuck.
Whoa.
These dudes petty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The easiest way to save billions. Maybe. I'm surprised Biden ain't petty like that though. Dudes say a lot of shit about Biden, but he wouldn't cancel your contract because you don't like him.
Yeah, no.
Because you're a Democrat who didn't fucking like him.
What happened? There had to be a litlittle pop-off moment, but what is that?
Oh shit, we're on restricted videos. That's not a good...
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Let me get out of
How are you gonna go? Oh my God. No, it's back.
Let me get out of there, okay? Let me get out of there.
We're having such a productive conversation.
Okay. Yeah, guys. Okay, now the culmination of the fight, okay? I don't know if Trump's responded to this one yet, okay? Look at what Elon posted down here. They didn't do a good copy, but read that.
Ooh. Is in the Epstein files.
Okay, time to drop the real big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein's files. That is the reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. God damn! Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out.
Are you shocked though?
Hold on.
I'm not shocked.
Okay, but just if you're MAGA in this chat, right?
Yeah.
Why the fuck wouldn't Trump be in the Epstein files? They were boys.
Dude, even Beyonce's in the
They hung out
Epstein
all the
files.
time. You know what I mean? They were tight.
There's a shit ton of people in the Epstein files.
That was his boy. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying everyone who went there went for specific reason, but like if you were in that book, fucking you were there. Come on.
No, but what I'm saying is Trump and Epstein were different. They were boys. They lived in the same neighborhood and they hung out all the fucking time.
Ew, how's that make you feel?
They were boys. They were like this. So there's no way Trump didn't know this dude wasn't banging young chicks. Matter of fact, Trump even said, like, I always see him with these young girls, you know, with hot girls on the younger side. Trump even said some shit like that. You know what I
Of course
mean?
he did, because
That's his boy. So of
he
course.
can't help himself.
Of course.
But spread
Of
stuff.
course he had to have known my boy was banging young chicks though.
Had to. Don't ask, don't tell policy is probably what happened there. Don't ask how young they were.
But that's cold-blooded for Elon to bring that up because I'm just saying.
Is it?
Yeah, because I mean, he's not gonna let that go.
No.
Like Trump, that's war now. So Trump's gonna go at him, you know?
Damn.
Yeah.
It's about to get hard for electric cars out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
One thing about President Trump is that he has personalized so many of the drama.
Good for you, Robin.
So much
Good
of
for
the
you.
drama that's come out during his presidency.
This was wild shit. This was wild shit between these two. But let's see how it goes. And
I want more. I want more tea spilled. Like, this is just the tip of the iceberg, and I want more.
oh, they can keep going. They
Yeah.
can keep going.
Let's see.
And
how
they're both
childish
equally
they can
powerful.
get.
Yes, Trump is probably the most powerful man in the world, right? But Elon ain't far because of his money. He could do some insane shit. Now they're asking, who the dudes who doing Doge loyal to? Are they loyal to Elon?
Yeah.
Or are they loyal to Trump?
Dogecoin?
No, to Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency.
Oh,
the
ew.
dudes who doing
like,
the
I'm
layoff.
supposed to know that.
The dudes who doing the layoff, right? All the layoffs. They Elon boys.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
I
No,
see.
Trump
I
didn't
see a
find them.
problem, though.
Elon found them. So who's their loyalty to? Like now you got to pick a camp. This shit's gonna be wild. So anyway, today Elon mentioned something that can probably be bigger news moving forward. He's like, it's time for like a third party, right? And a lot of Americans agree with that. It shouldn't just be Democrats and Republicans because they both fucking nuts.
Yeah, but what's a third party gonna do?
I mean, a third party gives you more choices, and not just as the president, but also.
I'm not mad at the idea. Just I don't care what party you're a part of. There's certain things that a country needs, and people don't care. They put other because of all these deals that go on behind closed doors. With Pennsylvania as an example, it's never not going to be corrupt, and people are going to always be a little.
No, but
upset,
just ways the third party could clean some shit up. Okay, because right now you only have two, right? Mm-hmm. And let's be very clear: Joe Biden and AOC probably shouldn't be in the same fucking party.
Good.
You see what I'm saying?
Good point. I do.
Because she's far right, far left, and he's center left at best. You know what I mean? That's why he got to work so well for like 50 years in the Senate. Because at the time, most of them dudes were like center right, center left. There wasn't much difference between the two. You see what I'm saying? Or if you look at the Republican Party, you have I try to think of people who left. You have a lot of Republicans who fucking hate Trump. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they call Never Trump Republicans or Never Trump. I mean, a lot of them wouldn't be in today's Republican Party either. So there's a lot of different viewpoints out there that could work. And so what would happen is, let's say you have this senator who's Republican, this senator who's Democrat, this senator is from this other party that's more centrist, this senator is from this party who's this. And then if you want to pass a bill, they all have to kind of agree, so you have to work together.
That just sounds like more confusion.
It sounds like a fucking nightmare.
It sounds like a clusterfuck is what it sounds like.
Hey, thanks, Bozak, and congratulations, Robin, on feeling good,
Yes, feeling good's important.
AOC is a liberal radical. Biden is a deep state stooge. Biden is deep state?
Biden is...
What the fuck is the deep state anyway? You're so full of shit with that phrase. Because I see Republicans calling other Republicans deep state. I see them calling Democrats. Y'all gotta pick. Who is exactly deep state? What does that even mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, Bozak's right. Both parties allowed freaks to become their mouthpieces, you know what I mean?
That's a way of putting it.
Or like Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney would not be in the same party as Donald Trump. Because Mitt Romney is an old school traditional Republican.
I want you to know, I was today years old when I learned it was Mick and not Mitt Romney.
It is Mitt. He spelled it wrong.
Oh, so it's not. I was like, damn, I'm bad, David.
It's M-I-T-T.
I was like, wow.
Like Mitt Romney. Okay?
Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney, if y'all don't remember, he ran against Obama.
Yes,
you know,
I do remember.
and
that motherfucker lost. No.
And he was a conservative nominee back then. That motherfucker can't win an election right now. You know what I mean? That's just how much the party changed.
That's fair. Deep state.
Working for the government years makes you a deep state ghoul. I don't know. America, we gotta sort this shit out because we ain't going far on the way things are going.
America's not about to be America anymore.
But anyway, that's the beef today. Pick your side. Who you got? In the comments below. Who got Elon? Who got Trump?
Ooh, who are you taking? Do you want to pick first? Or do I pick first? I'm going to put $5 on
On what?
I'm putting $5 on Elon. I think he's going to make things worse. I think, yeah.
I think Elon could come with a winner.
I think Elon's going to win in this yeah.
Because Elon...
It's only going to hurt Trump more.
Elon dirty with... And he's smarter than Trump.
Yeah.
So he can do some dirty shit.
I think he definitely is.
He can publicize some stuff that you weren't expecting to go public.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm here for that.
Okay, but let's be very clear about Elon, though.
I don't like him.
He's a fucking idiot, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree that.
Okay, you making a car, Tesla, and I talked about this before. Democrats drive Teslas. That's a fucking liberal car. Yes, you might be conservative and you have one, or your Republican boy have one, but do it. That's a freaking Democratic car. They drive that. They believe in climate change. They believe that the future is EVs. You know, you hear Donald Trump, he don't even like windmills. You think windmills cause cancer? This is for real. The windmills cause cancer. He think EVs is DEI and a waste of money. Never mind China dominating in solar.
Yeah.
China dominating in EVs. China got EVs that could charge in 5 minutes. That's just like filling up with gas.
I feel like he's just chasing an era of his life that's what he's basing his presidency on.
What, 1932?
A little bit, yeah. Doesn't it feel like that? It kind of feels like he's like, oh, that was my favorite year. Let's recreate it.
Okay, so but I'm just saying. So Elon side with the dude who don't even believe in EVs? That just makes no sense.
No, I'm telling you, we're missing a part of this story. I don't know what it is, but there's a big chunk behind closed doors that we do not have yet.
Like why would you side?
We will one day.
Why would you side with the guy who don't even like your car? You know what I mean? It's like, it's like what the fuck are you all doing? And so some people were like, well, maybe Sky, maybe they're just bullshitting, right? Maybe this is just a way to like, maybe this is just a way for them to like play with us. You know, for Elon to try to get back in the liberal good graces. Oh, that ain't gonna work though.
Yeah, but once you attack him personally or his business, I feel like they both take it very personally.
Yeah, but there's no way for Elon to come back into the liberal space. Like they don't like him. No,
but if their
done.
hate for Donald Trump matches
greater,
they might unite.
He'd have to put out some shit that's definite.
He's gonna have to rock the presidency.
Matter of fact, Elon called for Trump to be impeached today.
I was gonna say, if he really wanted to get in with the liberals, he has to rock his presidency with something serious. Which is not gonna be good for America, so maybe this isn't the best thing that should be happening.
Anyway. Okay, who y'all got? Y'all got Elon or Trump? I think Elon has seen the belly of the beast from inside and decided the beast cannot be saved. Damn, what's the heck's going with that? Rumpus the buffoon. Elon's a real life Tony Stark. You can't control him. Mm-hmm. I mean, he definitely is one of the most.
A good analogy.
He's definitely one of the most interested men alive. You can't lie about that. Like Elon, definitely, he's wild. Okay.